Welcome back. Again, remember I told you we're going to talk about how to save money, how to keep more of your paycheck in your pocket. We're joined now by Harvey and Kendall Hoskins of Hoskins and Company. Thanks so much for joining us. It's a hot topic about, everyone looks at their check and they see so much going out. Let's kind of start by talking about what are some things people can do now to keep more money in their pocket.
Well, the biggest thing we tell our clients is to be proactive. Planning is the largest component into any financial decisions. So we're already mid-year. So we suggest with clients, whether they're either self-employed clients or whether they're employed and receiving a W-2, this is a good time to pause and really get a reading to where they are with respect to their taxes, because once December 31 comes, it's really too late to really make any decisions to save your taxes. So as in most things, planning is the biggest component of reducing your tax liability. So know where you are at this point.
So what should it look like? So, what types of mistakes are people making?
One, from an employee standpoint, one of the things we see that oftentimes clients don't take advantage of company-sponsored retirement and pension plans. I would suggest, or we suggest, as one of the first steps is to take advantage of all the non-taxable benefits that your employer may be providing. To the extent possible, maxing out your retirement benefits or the company's retirement plan is the #1 tax saving available. Anytime you can receive income and it's not taxed, and then also set aside for future, is a great benefit, and many companies actually max these plans. And so we see a number of cases where clients are just not taking advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah, it's free money.
It's free money.
Free money.
Exactly.
What are other, things that people do incorrectly or maybe might not be as wise to do with their money?
I think the key thing that people are doing incorrectly, what we spoke of earlier, is the lack of planning. Without looking at your tax return from the previous year and also keeping up with your financials, it's hard for you to really make the key business decisions that you need to make. So proactively looking at your financials for small businesses and also reviewing your previous year tax return with your financial advisor or your accountant.
So it seems like an overwhelming process, I'll say, for me personally, that I just was like, kind of dreaded. How do we break it down so it's not so difficult?
Primarily, whether you're earning a few dollars or several million, the process is primarily the same. You have revenue coming in, expenses going out. So it's really that budgeting process to just look at where your money is going and work with a CPA or an advisor in terms of determining, okay, these are my expenditures. How can I rebalance these items or do something different that will allow me these to result in tax deductions? Obviously, tax is, as you mentioned, is a large piece of your financial resources. So to the extent possible, you want to be able to minimize that.
When do you bring in a financial consultant or a CPA? At what point is that a good idea?
We generally recommend that if you're starting a business, you bring in an advisor or CPA at the beginning. So you can do the proper planning, the proper forecasting, and get a good look at how your business should look.
Fantastic. And let's talk about some tax saving strategies. Let's talk about individuals first, and then we'll talk about businesses. So for individuals, I know planning is one of those things, but what else can people do?
Well, one of the biggest things is, as I indicated, is keeping up with documentation. The tax laws changed significantly with the previous Reform Act. So there are not a huge amount of deductions available. As I mentioned, the retirement plan is one. The government encourages home ownership, as mortgage interest and taxes are deductible. Obviously, contributions to charitable organization is a big benefit. And then on the other side, from a business perspective, is deferring, maximizing deductions, deferring income. And the only way you can really do this is with good financials. We suggest if businesses are filing on what we consider a cash basis, if you're getting toward the end of the year and you have a significant contract in place, if you can defer that revenue into a future year and take all of your expenses in the current year, is a strategy we tend to recommend on the business side. Also, there are a significant amount of deductions available for investing in equipment or just continuing to invest in your business usually results in some tax benefits. The government, of course, is encouraging investment to stimulate the economy. But you really need good financial statements to help make these decisions.
You talked about changes in law. Let's talk about the Affordable Care Act and the impact it has on small businesses who are really trying to navigate what this means and the impact on their business. Kind of how do they do this and what is that impact?
One of the misnomers out there is that the penalty that will be assessed for the health care is that the small businesses can be impacted by this. But this will only impact businesses that have 50 or more employees. And so from that perspective, the small business is not affected. However, there are a number of credits that the small businesses can take advantage of, such as the health care for small businesses where they provide health care for their employees.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we are going to stay here with us. I hope you have your pencil or pen out and hopefully you're taking notes. We'll be right back.